What is up, guys? We are back with the Covenant Summon. You can see these are basically two new Covenant champions, champion heroes, and four other newly featured heroes. Now, they do have some new heroes in the 3 and 4 stars, which maybe I'll just talk a little bit about them. But as everybody's excited to see, we have two new 5 stars. The game does not let us want to take a break, huh? Yeah. So without further ado, let's have a look at some of these new. This one looks like a minotaur, and this one looks like a pig or a boar, whatever. All right. So Otis, a 5 star red barbarian class. So this is a new Monster Hunter family, I think. Yeah, because the usual ones were plains hunters, and those get 5, 10, 15, and 20% attack. So this one gives defense instead. So I'm going to assume that they have no, they have quite high defenses as well. So well, that just make them more beefy, I guess. And because of the Monster Island event, they get additional 20% attack, defense, and health while being in that Monster Island offense teams that you use. They get 50% less permanent damage taken, and whenever they cast their special skills, they get a negative 3% defense stack on the enemies. So let's look at the card itself. Oh, they have a new passive. Okay, let's have a look at this. When this character casts their special skill, they transfer the newest cleansable status ailment from themselves to the target. If the special skill cannot target an enemy, a random enemy is chosen instead. If this character has no cleansable status ailments, they recover 12% health. So basically, this is going more on sustain. So if you get like a defense down, you can shift the defense down to someone else. Or if you don't have any undispellable ailments, he just gains a bunch of health. So maybe that incentivizes you to go a little bit on the health route. I'm not too sure. I think it's still better to go defense anyways. But 12% health is it's not too significant. Like it's not a full heal, but at least that might be a difference between him dying and him surviving. He does have, I think, the same passive as the rest of the monster hunters. When this character casts their special skill, they give a hunter's mark on a random enemy. It receives 150 damage over 3 turns, and if the target has this effect already, it will be refreshed, increased by 150 up to 1500 damage over 3 turns. Alright, now we'll look at it. Let's look at the skill. Dauntless Blade Storm, slow speed. Okay, so this one is more, I'm guessing, more towards very fast wars. Deal 370% damage to all enemies. Wow, that's strong. All enemies receive 543 bleed damage over 4 turns, starting low and increasing with every turn. My guess is as the attack stat is increased, this bleed damage also increase as well. So this is starting low and increasing every turn. If I'm not mistaken, it's so it goes from, it'll be interesting how they calculate this. I think if I'm not mistaken, it was exponential. So it's something like 30% of this damage first, 50, 75, and 100, something like that. But it'd be interesting to see how it actually affects. So I might do a test video. If somebody has maxed Otis, I'll probably just see how much damage the bleed does over that 4 turns. All enemies get minus 70% decrease for any healing received for 4 turns. The healing received decreases by 10% each turn up to 100%. So at the end of the 4th turn, they will not heal anything, which is wow. Which I think you can, if you have a good timing on this, you can stop a lot of healing going on. But it's not very often that you see defenses have that much of healers. It's more, I guess this guy will be more on the being on the defense side and stopping heals, like when you bring on offense, you want to bring healers, then this guy pretty much stops a lot of it. Minus 70% decrease is actually quite a strong one. So what do I think about this guy? I don't think he's a must-have, but I do admit he's strong. Slow speed, obviously, so it's kind of niche to use uh, in basically regular wars. But if you can find a way to use him, that's really good. Let's just see. Yeah, see the bleed damage increases with the attack stat. So you see a 951 is now 635 bleed damage. So I'm guessing you want to pump as much attack into him so that he gets a high bleed damage. Maybe, I'm not sure. So yeah, it'll be good to find him in the wilds and probably give him a test run. Alright, the next one. This one is the one that interests me. Goretooth, 5-star purple fighter. Same passive as Otis just now. So it's the Abyss Hunter, so it gives defense. Same thing with the Monster Island. Has that Hunter's Mark as well as the Hunter's Sense, which passes the newest cleansable status ailment. But seeing as he's a fighter, this is even way better. Titan Tooth Blade, very fast speed. Deals 430% damage to the target, so it's a snipe. Gets negative 45% defense for 2 turns, decreases by negative 15% each turn up to 60%. And the target can't gain mana for 2 turns. So this guy is strong. Like I'm pretty sure they reworked his values a little bit from the beta card, but overall I think they still managed to keep him as a guy that hits, give a defense down, and can't gain mana for 2 turns. So if you're looking at this is something similar to Bubbles, I think. Yeah, Bubbles from the Mighty Pets, in which they gave a high snipe attack, gave a defense down, and shifting minus attack. So essentially, what you're doing is, for that 2 turns, the enemy can't do anything. Like they won't gain mana, so it's immobile for a while. And I guess that gives you 2 turns to actually find another 6 purple tiles, I guess. So again, it's not really much of a must-have, but this is way stronger than Otis in my opinion. And I think people will be gunning for him. Probably put him as a flex spot in the 3-1-1 team offense combination, or maybe in a support, like a 3-2 support where you have a healer and him as the 2 slot. So yeah, it'll be fun to see him on defense as well, just to test him out. Let's see his max stats. Yeah, nothing really much difference. I might emblem him for defense actually, just because he's more of a controller. I don't know, I'm not sure. So then we have 4 other featured 5 stars. I'm honestly disappointed that they featured this guy in here. Being a super elemental hero from the super elemental portal, you want them to be exclusive in the super elemental portal. Having him here is kind of like a middle finger to those guys who basically spend as much as they could in order to get Jakun or Zandria from the yellow super elemental portal. He's strong, but I mean it's just sad that he's in a different summon portal. Ruby, I wouldn't mind a second Ruby. Ruby has always been a strong, mana controller. Obviously, her attack is pretty niche. Cutting down mana, giving them mana degen and dealing quite a lot of damage. But as a ninja, I think she scales better against water pipe. So yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a second copy here if we get lucky. Toxie is always a fast healer. It's always been a strong one to have. I don't have any tonics right now, so I'm not really looking forward to getting her just about now, because she's cleric as well and I don't have enough cleric emblems. Milena is always a strong flex spot. You can use her as a healer, you can use her as a damage dealer as well. She's one of the better Magic Tower heroes to have over, I think, Cristobal. She's probably the best, I think. Like if you're looking at the five magic tower heroes, she's the best. And then second, I'll give to Motega, and the other three is just probably at the bottom. But yeah, Milena, I see her as a really strong hero as well. So we do have some new 3 and 4 stars. So let's just have a look at them. Basil, 3 star red druid. So same passives as well, which is good. Considering that the 3 star power level is a bit lower than usual. Having all these passives gives them a bit more, competitiveness in like certain tiers in the level that you're playing at. Like if you can use like 3 star um, heroes to kind of like do cleans in wars or something like that, then having this passive sort of give them a better edge over certain 4 stars that you don't have emblems or limit breaks on them, and it's much easier to level these 3 stars as well. You can see like the stats is kind of similar to a 4 star. So squeak of protection. Well, they gotta have like somebody else to give names for all this. I mean, you put him as a warrior and put him as a squeak. Could have just call him a different, put it a different damn name there. All allies share receive damage with each other for 4 turns. This is at slow speed, by the way. All allies get plus 35% defense for 4 turns. It increases by 10% up to 65% for each turn. And then all allies counter attack with 70% of the damage received for 4 turns. The counter attack damage increases by 10% each turn up to 100%. So we see this counter attack in Hachiko before. Now you're seeing it in a 3 star. So I think on defense this guy will be okay. In offense, probably not so much. You don't really need shared damage to be on you on offense, unless you really think that you need the longevity and to kind of like draw out the battle while you're waiting for the others to charge. So I can see this being sort of like either a tank or a flank in very fast 3 star rate tournaments. So yeah, it'll be fun to have to get him just to try him out. Yeah, overall I think it's decent for a 3 star. Actually, it's very rare that you get counter attacks on a 3 star anyways. Like the one I can think of off the top of my head is Jing from the 3 star War of the Three Kingdoms, and he's only doing it for himself. So yeah, this one is all allies, so this is much better, I think. The next one is Bogart, 4 star Paladin. Have the same passes and everything. Bone Club Clonk. Okay, I gotta admit this is much funnier than the previous one. So average speed deals 305% damage to the target and nearby enemies. The target and nearby enemies get negative 35% defense for 3 turns. The defense decreases by 10% each turn up to negative 55%. So I think this is, if you can time this properly, this might be better than Zakina on Titans, except for that miserable attack stat. So I think it's only by 1% anyways, or if not, I think Zakina's higher by 1%. I think Zakina's 56%. So if you don't have Zakina and you only have like say a costume Vivicar or costume White Rabbit, then maybe you can use this as sort of like the and work to your timing against Titans. Or if not, this is actually still a good hit tree in the 4 star. The only problem that I have right now with 4 star tournaments is that average speed is not average in 4 star tournaments. It's actually slow because you don't get the mana break points to bring him down to 9 tiles. So you still need an additional match, which is the same as slow. So will be interesting to see how this guy functions in tournaments, but in wars, yeah, this is kind of okay, especially if you're looking for a hit tree in this category. So okay, we do have some summons coins here, so I do wanna try and see if I can get anything new. Don't really need any of them, and again, my advice to people is don't chase if you're not looking to break your budget. I mean, these are all not I wouldn't say they're must-haves, and you do get a lot of one-star junk here as well. So be mindful of that. And if I'm not mistaken, each summon is more expensive than the regular summon portals. I mean, this will probably be about 400 gems per summon, so be mindful of that. So we got 14 pools here, so I think I'll just do 14 and see where we end up. Nomer. I have him maxed and I don't really use him these days. Season 1 crab. Balthazar, season 1 crab. So this is what I'm talking about. Merlin. Nope. Oh, nice. So we got Basil. So it'll be fun to see him, to try him out in 3-star tournaments and things like that. Season 1 niche tag again. Colin. Oh, don't really need him. Adelaide. Yeah, this is all feeder basically. I don't really need Adelaide, considering that I already have Tarlac. Cormac. Okay, let's see what's our reward. 3-star, 2-star, 1-star, 1-star, and food bundles. Let's see what else we can get from here. The pig. Not the pig I wanted, but a pig nonetheless. It's probably going to be bacon for one of my heroes as well. Yacht. And another Basil. Wow, okay. Yeah, so you can see it's 400 for one summon. Does it justify doing 110 pool here? I'm not so sure. I don't really feel like doing a 10 pool, but you know what? For the video, let's do one and then we'll just give up after that if you don't get anything. I hope I don't get the hero of the month actually, because this month's hero of the month is probably the worst hero of the month printed in a while. I would like the yellow 4-star actually. Don't really need the others. Nope, wrong yellow 4-star here. Yeah. Alright, yep, we're giving up too many season 1s here. Let's just see what we have. Yeah, that's bad. Alright, yep, that's about it. And hope you guys get better luck here if you guys are actually pulling. I think people will be interested to get Jekun as well here. Yeah, I think still one of the more busted yellow heroes here. I mean, it's not as strong as Ogima and or Jove, but still very fast with all these effects. Yeah. Alright, that's about it. Hope you guys have better luck doing this, doing your pulls here for this portal, and see you guys next time. GG.